here. Yes. Taking it
Cut
out.
out podcasts.
Thank you. Good day. This is Elias again with you. And as always, I'm telling you that we have figures in Dream Inspired TV talk show. We are with Dariush Soudi today. Iran, Dubai. He will explain by himself. Please, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Is it actually on record, or you just? Do we know he's recording? Because the cameraman's wandered
We
off.
are already
Are we
there.
recording? We are recording.
Yeah, we're already
I
there.
don't want to waste this energy, and then at least the damn thing's not recording.
We're already there.
For the viewers, you don't know, the cameraman just left.
Ah, he's there.
But we got a thumbs up.
He's
Thumbs up
watching.
on my legs. Oh, I see. We're all going. We could do this and nothing's happening, right?
It's true.
Okay.
It's true. Then after finishing, you just say,
Yeah.
no, rewind.
Exactly. This is what 40 years experience tells you. Yeah. Don't let the cameraman leave the room. Yes.
Okay. So this is the first one. I'm not going to repeat it.
No,
Or
you're
do I
doing
have to
good.
repeat?
This is natural.
I'm
The
going
audience love this.
Okay, so with Roca and
If your hair is good, let me just fix mine. Okay, I'm good.
do you
Yes.
have some? No, you don't.
There is no room for trees on a busy street. You see?
Where do you get this kind of
Just
words?
make it up. And also, I run faster than most people because there's aerodynamics.
Run.
Thirdly, I'm the first one to know it's raining. It's benefits to everything now. You see, you never grow your hair again.
This is true.
Yes, exactly.
This is beyond. Okay, Dariush Soudi, please welcome to the show.
Have we done this before? Yes.
This is the same.
I've got a deja vu. In about 5 seconds ago, we shook hands.
This is the third one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me, my friend.
Thank you. so
We
much.
met, our paths have crossed in the past,
Yes.
and it's an honor to be here. Seriously, it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I love you as a human being. I love your energy, and you're very authentic. So I respect you a lot.
Thank you so much. So the Dream Inspired TV talk show, mostly we discuss about the entrepreneurs or investors or any people who have succeeded already in their life. But I know on that path of succeeding, there was a lot of failures, breakdowns, rock bottom until they are there on top, which we see them there. So that's the part which we need to discuss today from your side. I
Sure.
know you have
I think-
events and everything that you're preparing. We'll come to them later.
I think the most important thing is, what the hell is success? How do you define success, right? I think we talked about entrepreneurs, business owners, investors. That's money success, okay? But I know a lot of successful people who are rich or miserable, right? Because they don't have love in their life, their health isn't good. You know, I think success is defined when you go to bed at night, you've had a damn good day. And you think, you know what, if tonight's my last night, thank you.
What is the good
You know, exactly, not to worry, not to be stressed. That's somebody who's relaxed, who can sleep at night, is successful in my
Is
eyes.
it possible to have that kind of success?
Yeah, because when you go, the happiest people in the world are people in Africa and India and Bangladesh and Nepal, because they don't have a lot of money, but they're happiest people I've ever seen. But what happens is, I think when you come to places like Dubai, people don't come to Dubai to find love. They don't come to find spirituality, right? I've been to places in, as Mexico, in the rainforest, and I see the happiest people because they're not monetary driven. We come here, we have to earn money. We are coming to make money. We have to send money home, but not doesn't necessarily make you happy. So I think money magnifies. If you're a happy person, you become happier. If you're a bad person, you become worse. But then what money does to give you choices. So for instance, employees who are not on a lot of money, right? They can only go on holiday once or twice a year, maximum 4 weeks a year, okay? And they have to fly coach or economy, and they look for, money makes you like, okay, well, I don't have to go. I can go 6 times a year or 10 times a year. I can go as long as I want. I don't have to go economy. I can fly first or business or private. Money gives you choices, right? And at the same time, if people like you and I have been down and back up financially, and we live in gratitude, we enjoy those choices.
Okay.
The people who've been given it, like we discussed before the cameras went on, are egotistic, right? Yeah, I fly in my watch, my car. Blah, blah. Who cares? Who cares, right?
Success to you is you're explaining to us now.
Yes.
Let us go to money-wise.
Okay. What's money to you?
You tell me.
energy. I like that. I like you turning it around. This is your podcast, right? I asked you a question, so I don't want to answer. I'll turn around. You ask me a question. And to the people who are listening, okay, whoever asks the question is empowered. So I'll let you be empowered. Okay. So what was the question? Money is energy.
Okay.
Money is energy. And money is energy. Now, what is really, if you think about it, at the moment we just go with a beep with the phone, and some digits or zeros go from your account to Starbucks. Okay. Nothing's exchanged. If you get a piece of paper, it's a promise to pay. If every one of us went to the Bank of UAE, they don't have enough gold to give us the gold in returns. So it's just energy. It's a piece of paper. It's a promise, right? So this is what I say. Whoever's listening, if you want to attract money, change your energy. Because when I meet people, the first thing they think, I like his energy. And I want his energy in my life. And then they think of a way to do business with me. Most people do it the other way around. Most people say, here's my product, you pay this, you make this. And then they don't even focus on building a relationship, right? So then the customer says, I'll go and shop somewhere else, because there is no relationship, right? Because subconsciously you want to like, trust someone, and then your brain looks for reasons to do business with them. Most people do it the other way around. And to build a relationship, you've got to ask really good questions. You've got to show interest in the other person. On average, a salesperson asks 2 questions before they start pitching. In my world, you have to ask minimum 15 questions before they even talk about the product. Because if I don't really know what you're interested in, how can I offer you something that you might need or want?
Okay, so I'm going back to my question.
Yes.
Your success in money side.
Yes.
Not in happiness,
Yes.
in money.
Yes.
You have made it already now in money side, and
Right.
you were down many times before.
You want to make me cry, don't you?
Yes, I need
Yeah,
to.
okay.
Yeah, so
Let's hope we cry with laughter, not different.
I remember the 2 rock bottoms, which I know.
Yes.
I think there could be more than that.
Well, lots of rock bottoms. Life is not a straight graph. It's not a straight line. It's ups and downs. And life throws curveballs at you when you least expect it. And that's the God, the universe's way of teaching you and strengthening you. So if you wake up in the morning and you just go, life is tough. Life is tough.
It will be.
It will, no, whatever it challenges you, you're expecting it. Right? And you go, the bigger the problems I solve, the more money I earn. That's why you, as an owner of the company, earn more than your staff. Because as soon as a problem escalates to a level and it gets passed to you, you give bigger solutions to a bigger problem, right? So my son runs a company, and our company, and I say, son, wake up in the morning hoping for problems. Because the bigger the problems you solve, the more money you earn. If you're going about your day, let's say you're the guy who puts burgers together at Burger King. Yeah, you're going to earn the least amount of money because you don't have any problems. You just put the slice of sausage in a bun and you wrap it and give it to someone, right? But then the CEO of the company who fixes big problems, he earns millions a week or a month.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
That's what makes it's your tolerance to fix problems and challenges that makes you strong.
Okay. So all this time we've been discussing about Dariush in his way, but we have not get to those 2 points. We'll have a break.
Oh, you really
then,
want to break me down. He wants to break me, guys.
We'll have a break
not
and
gonna
then
do
we'll
it.
get back to this big guy, because today looks like he needs to put me down. It won't happen.
Are you going to the toilet?
Thank you. I'm back again.
Commercial break.
Thank you very much. We are back. So we are with Dariush Soudi, the father, the gladiator, everything I can mention here till morning. So, who is Dariush? Still, I'm with you there.
The guy who actually, I think too many people in life just exist and die. And I thought it'd be really good to have a life that changes other people's lives for the better. That's who I think I am, or I try to be. So every morning I wake up and I think, how can I change somebody's life for the better today? And I'm not stupid, because otherwise I'll be Dariush Soudi, the charity. I know the more people I help, the more money I earn. Because automatically, whether it's voluntarily, whether it's monetary, those good deeds will go to the universe and other people will come to me. And that's how I make my money. That's how I make my reputation, my brand, by helping people to be happier, better relationships, closing more deals, making more money, increasing their prices, their customer base, more effective marketing. Yes, less costs, less sweat and pain. Get things done quicker. Time is the most precious commodity that we have. So why you have to reinvent the wheel when you can learn from somebody who's done it, been there, got the t-shirt, and had all the pain and lost millions? And I can go through those things with you if you wish. Like, if somebody says to me, "Oh, I've got problems," like, you have no idea what problems are. Like, I've gone through a divorce, I've lost a father, I lost my granddad before I was 7 in front of me. I was brought up by myself. I was brought up with a mom who was a widow at 23, so her life was falling apart around us. I witnessed her fighting for our custody with my dad's family. I witnessed them raping us financially and didn't help at all my dad's family. I went to England age 13 with my sister who was 9 and my mom who was 32. And we went as not refugees, but we had nothing. And then I was bullied at school for many years because I was the only colored person at school. I didn't speak a word of English, so I just learned martial arts to defend myself. I became a prefect, head boy. I learned how to speak English without an accent, because if I spoke English with an accent, it meant bullying. I just fought. I've just always been fighting. I've been working since the age of 14, because I was told, they call about conditioning, that you are going to be the breadwinner because you don't have a father. Right? You are going to be the one who's going to support everyone. So it was just like normal to me, and I'm not particularly smart, but always the hardest worker. I had somebody over from England staying in my place, and they want to work with me. I was at work in my office at my age before I even woke up. And he's in his 30s. Great guy, he's going to be very successful. And I think, isn't it interesting? I've always had this, Will Smith says he's the last person to jump off the treadmill. Yes? And I think with work and life, I'm always the last person to jump off the treadmill. So even if you're totally stupid, if you work hard enough, you will make it. But if you work hard and learn from people who learn, you make it quicker and a lot faster. Which is the purpose of your TV show.
Okay, that's true. So I'll ask you a little about the hours of work. You have 24 hours like other people.
Just like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos.
How do you use your 24 hours?
Not. Here's the thing, right? Probably better than most people, but nowhere near like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk. So I went to Davos in Switzerland, and room next door, Bill Gates was being interviewed. I'd never met him, but his secretaries were outside, and there was a line of journalists waiting to see him. And then the secretary will come and say, "Oh, where are you from? Financial Times. You have 2.5 minutes." There was never an appointment more than 3 minutes. So that's really interesting. By managing his time better, other people manage and respect his time. So when Financial Times sits, it's not going to say, "How's the kids? What's the weather like in Phoenix?" Because the 3.5 is over. So they rehearsed and practiced exactly what they were going to ask him in that 3.5 minutes. Okay, so the way I manage my time during work hours, which is most people's 8:30 to 6, you got to be constantly connecting with people. Zero administration. Okay. I'm blessed to have Alexa with us because I'm not a detailed person. I'm not organized. So I've hired someone who takes care of the mess I make. Okay. So I can sleep at night knowing Alexa's taking care of everything. Okay. If she was on holiday for 2 weeks and my life was a mess, right? And I couldn't sleep and I was stressed out, I was overwhelmed, and I knew tomorrow I'll probably double book someone and they'll be all upset. So hire the right people. Make sure, like for instance, if you want to make $1 million, right? And there's 40 hours in a week and there's 160 hours in a month. Break that million down to how much is that an hour? And if you're doing tasks that are less than that per hour, you shouldn't be doing it.
Okay, so that's how you divide your time
Yes.
different with others.
Yes.
Thank you.
For instance, when I do appointments, I make sure that I'm not driving up and down the highway all the time, because that's time wasted.
Mhm.
So I territory manage.
Mhm.
I make sure I'm in a certain area most of the time. So I can get 2 extra appointments a day.
Mhm.
This comes from the point that you're hungry. Okay? And I think most people aren't hungry. Most people are relaxed. Most people are comfortable. I'll give you an example. In my lifetime, 30, 40 years ago, to have a color TV, 40 years to have a color TV was a privilege, right? Now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can go and get credit,
Mhm.
and they have the flat screen 60-inch TV in their home. They don't own it because they have to pay it over the next 5 years.
Yeah.
But now everybody's got cars. Commodities are so easy to get. Okay, for me, that hunger to graft and get things has never left me. So most people who are comfortable, that's their biggest enemy. Comfort is your biggest enemy.
Now we're going to the rock bottoms. There were two, which I know them.
Money-wise,
Yes, money-wise. Maybe there could be more.
every day.
How did
Last 10 days ago, somebody ran away. One of my investments, $250,000. The guy ran away.
That's what a rock
With
bottom.
$250,000? No, because I knew it was a high bucket risk, high risk bucket. And when it, of course, it's upset me. But I have enough. My life didn't suffer 1 ounce, and I was upset for about 5 minutes.
Then what?
Gone. I made a decision, and me and another 200 people will probably find the guy and get a portion of our money back legally.
Okay.
But then that was my high risk bucket, and
Okay.
you shouldn't put all your money into one bucket.
Yes.
Yes. So
That's true. So in the previous ones, because you came long way,
yes.
according to your history from the time when you lost your father, those times, until
then
you
later
started
on,
your
I had-
business.
yeah. I had a health club business with my ex-wife, and she left to come to Dubai. We divorced, and she left to come to Dubai. I met a second wife. We had a young son. He was about 6, 7 months old, and I decided to keep my first 2 children. There was a knock on the door. He's in Manchester, England, and 4 men broke into the house at knife point, and they said, "We need some money. If you don't pay us, we'll kill you and the kids. We know where the kids go to school, blah blah. We know where your work is." So that night, I packed the bags of my kids and I sent them to Dubai. And that was the biggest painful thing I've ever experienced in my life, because suddenly you lose your children. And it was really strange. When the guy had a knife to my neck, I wasn't worried about it. The other guy was saying, cut him. I cut his throat. All I was thinking was, I hope my daughter doesn't see this, because she was behind the door. So I wasn't really strange. I didn't give a damn about my health or anything like this. So being a salesman, I talked myself out of it. So I don't carry that kind of money. I'll give you tomorrow. I know where you know where I live. I'm not going to run away. So they got arrested that night. I called the police. They got arrested. They had the fingerprints on the doorbell, and they found them in half an hour. And then the police did a deal with them. They didn't even put him in jail. They gave him 6 months house arrest. So they had to be home by 6 o'clock. They had a tag or something on their ankles, which I thought was, and I felt it was just so not right. Lost my kids. They were still around. Didn't feel good. Didn't feel safe. And I had a heart attack. Yeah, and then that heart attack was, like they say, God, give me a sign. Any sign will do. And then there's like lightning bolts into the car next to you, the trees. Any sign, God. And I was like, are you an idiot? This is the sign to leave. So I was very honest, and I still am very honest. Or maybe I was a bit too honest. And I found buyers for my businesses. I was leveraged, of course, to expand so much. I had 600 staff. To expand so much, I was leveraged. I owed the money to the bank and stuff like this. And I told the new owners, the buyers, they pay me 10% deposit. And I told them that I was going to leave to go to Dubai. So they didn't pay the 90%. And they said, sue us. They knowing that would have been, I stay in England many years. So you know what? I just said, here's the keys, take it. So the bank came after me, the government came after me for taxes. I ended up with about $750 in my pocket. And I came to Dubai with $750.
750,000 or 750 as it is?
750 dot.
750.
Yes.
To Dubai.
And the funny thing was to Dubai, this is after I paid for the flight, economy.
Okay.
And then when I landed, it was September 2009. And Dubai never had a recession like it. It was just after Ramadan, and nobody was knocking on doors anymore.
Mhm.
Now people think, oh my God, you've gone at the worst time. Yes, but for me it was the best time, because I thought I'd become a consultant. And a consultant fixes people's headaches. And that time, September 2009, everybody had headaches.
Yeah.
So I'll go in, I say, I'll turn your business around, things we discuss about businesses. I'll turn it around for you and pay me a commission. Pay me a commission. And within 6 months, I had my life back on track again. But it was hard 6 months. I lived on coffee and biscuits, donuts every day. Yeah.
Okay. So I will just leave it there.
Not gonna cry. Not gonna cry.
Then I'm not crying. I have to try not to
I'll
cry
make
now.
you cry.
Not to laugh, not to cry again. So I'll just leave you with that one currently. Then we'll go back again
Thanks.
to the part why Dubai, and then
Okay.
after why Dubai, how did you?
Are we ready, Roger?
I burned my
Welcome
bones.
back.
Dream Inspire TV talk show.
Elias Meki with Dariush Soudi today in the house. So we are getting back to him. This guy came to Dubai and decided only Dubai. We need to know why Dubai, not Switzerland, when he has been there in Davos and everywhere. Why Dubai? Dariush Soudi. Why Dubai?
No taxes.
One.
Do you want to pay tax again? Unless you're a US citizen, because you pay tax anywhere in the world. I thought, you know what? I was so sick of the government.
Mhm.
And my kids were here because after that attack, I sent my kids to Dubai because my ex-wife lived here. So after the heart attack, I thought, I don't want to be alone.
Mhm.
Wherever my kids are, I want to be there. So that was the real reason.
Mhm.
And then Dubai wasn't 2009 like it is today. You know, Marina didn't exist, JBR didn't exist.
Mhm.
So I felt an energy. And also in England, I lived in Manchester, which is in valleys. Yes, I felt in Dubai, one, the sun's shining every day. I don't have this cloud weighing me down, this grey, wet, damp cloud. And secondly is I could see distance. This is flat land.
Mhm.
And I could vision, I had a vision. Before, it's really strange. I felt the land, you could only see the trees across the valley, right? With this, I had vision, I could see distances. And I could really share, and I got inspired by the ruler, Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum's vision.
Mhm.
I thought I want to be part of this energy. And it's never stopped. Never stopped.
Yeah, since that time.
It's a place where you can go, and somebody like me shouldn't be ashamed of saying, let's do business. Because everybody comes to Dubai to trade, to do business.
That's the main purpose. That's why you came to Dubai. On your falling down, those 2-3 times which you have
Yes.
mentioned,
Yes,
going through a lot,
yes.
mentioning about the divorce and everything, those are
Heart attack,
yes, a lot of them, knife on them, neck,
Yeah,
leave them. How do you come up in case such a, you are in such a
yeah.
situation?
I think I'm kind of cursed and blessed. Okay, the curse is that lots of bad things happen to me. The blessed is that they happened to me when I was very young. So I think automatically my brain doesn't think about the past much. So it's happened, you move on.
Thank you. I'm cutting you there again. Why your brain is not thinking about the past?
Why should it?
How do you manage not to think about the past? Because it's keep haunting
Well,
you.
Thinking is a process of asking and answering questions. So if you're not aware of your thinking, you're a dog, right? Or a cat. You go and pee in the corner, you bark when you need to, you go ha 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 when the owner comes. The difference between us and animals is that we have a power of thought, right? So we should be in charge of the way we think, right? So I'm very much in charge of the way I think. So if I'm feeling low, I ask myself, why am I feeling low? Well, that's not serving me, so I'm going to focus on something else. So most people allow their thoughts, mainly negative and fear
Mhm.
thoughts, to take over.
Mhm.
And reality is that your worries never become true. Whatever people worry about is far worse than reality.
Mhm.
So I think to myself, you know what? I could have died yesterday. I'm alive today. Am I going to live that misery, or I'm going to have a happy life? So live now, and tomorrow is a bonus. So let's make today amazing.
Okay, so that's how you come up in case you are in such a situation.
Yes.
Thank you. Let us continue. I know you are lost.
Ask me a question.
Thank you very much. I asked you, you were answering, and then I cut you in the middle. So the question was,
Fine.
how
You can't
do you
even
come
remember
up?
in which sentence you cut me off. Yes.
How do you come up when you're down? Mostly when you're
Yeah,
beaten
yeah,
to
yeah,
earth.
yeah. You burn your boat. So what happened was, I didn't have an uncle or a dad or mom or cousin to phone up and say, "Can you help me out?" I didn't have credit facilities to go to the bank and borrow money. I had nothing. So you either give up and die, or you make it happen. Now, I just made it happen, and I knew what was right. It was hard work, honesty. I was very clear with my values, right? Honesty, speed. Even now, people who are not as successful as I am and not as busy as I am, don't have as much. They're so disorganized. They can't believe that when I say I do something, I do it. They think you can't be that busy. No, I'm organized. I'm prioritizing and I act fast because speed stuns. Speed doesn't mean you're desperate. Yes. Along the way, if I deal with 100 people, 50 may think, you know what, Dariush is a bit keen. He's a bit too in your face. He's this. You're not the type of people I want to do business with. Next, I'm looking for the 50 people who appreciate me, value what I bring on the table. What I have, my service is not going to fit everyone. You with me?
Yes.
So if I'm in a relationship, some people like bold men, some people don't, but it's not personal. It's their feelings, right? So I shouldn't take it personally. And most people take things personally. To me, it's just a numbers game. If I do the right things, the right time, my values, like in my company, people have stolen from me, lied to me, cheated. I always pay them. Because what matters is my values, not theirs or what they think of me. I can look in the mirror and go to bed and I say, I don't owe anyone. I never ripped money, I added value. It's what you say to yourself when you look in the mirror. You shouldn't care about what other people say about you.
The brand side. To make a brand is not that easy. We know that. How do you manage to make your brand to be this, what we are seeing?
Well, I think honest truth is that this, what we see, the gladiator mastery, is only a fraction of what it's going to be. And along the way, I had a huge rise for about a year, 18 months since COVID. We kind of like plateaued because I got relaxed. I got too rich and I started traveling, lacked focus. And then we did this last summit. We sold out in 4 weeks.
Yes,
and it's inspired me. And I'm like, if we had a waiting list of 1,000 people, I can have a room of 2,500 people. I want to take this to America. I want to take this to India. I want to take this to China. Why am I on pause? Right? And it wasn't that hard. You know, I called the speakers. They all kindly volunteered to speak on my stage. We put some ads in social media. We sold out. We literally had 6 weeks before, like, we didn't think we'd sell out so quickly. Yes. So the market tells me, and we were on TV afterwards, radio, social media exploded. So the market said they like it. They like it. And we all suffer from, imposter syndrome, because it's like you have to pinch yourself. Is this really true? Like I go to the mall and somebody says, "Oh, I follow you," and they take a photograph. My aunt opened up a bank account in Paris, and they said, "Who's the money coming from?" And she gave them my name. So, "Oh my God, we follow him on social media," and they opened up a bank account for us straight away.
Because of the brand.
In Paris. I was in China with my son in Shanghai and somebody recognized us. I was in Etihad Stadium in Manchester.
Yes.
Somebody recognized me. And my son's got, "Oh my God, Dad, you're famous." But then I think to myself, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Yes.
How to make that brand?
Every day, work every day, give every day. You know what I think to myself?
How? People are doing the same.
What you're doing now, but most people quit after 6 months because they're looking for variety. Right, so what you do is you got consistently, this is taking me 15 years to whatever I've achieved, which I don't think it's 15 years. I've been posting almost every day for the last 6 years. Yes. Nobody was watching. I remember doing somebody showed me Instagram live. 2 people turned up, and one was my sister and the other one was my mother. Right? So I remember those, and I'm not talking like, what the hell am I doing this for? Yes. But now people are watching, and I get messages from all over the world.
A lot.
Yes.
A lot. Yeah. We'll
it
be
took
back
time.
with you guys. Dariush Soudi is overwhelming us today.
After this commercial break.
After this commercial, we'll have a break.
Happy
then we'll come
evenings.
back
Thanks, mate.
again. So we are back with Dariush Soudi, and
Yes.
we will discuss about the events which is preparing, mostly the summits which is preparing. I remember the previous one. You have almost like 1,000 people there, and you. I heard that you're preparing another one with almost 2,500 all over the world in one place. How do you prepare those events? And your brand helps you to grab those people, or how do you make it?
But we didn't know, okay? So I was doing smaller events, as you know, with 50 people, 100 people
I remember.
every couple of months.
Yes.
I got exhausted because I was the only speaker and I was the one physically selling the tickets. It just drained me, and lots of people came, promised me they could sell tickets, they didn't. And with the commitment to the event, I got on the phone and sold tickets. And I was like, at my age and my whatever stature I reach, I shouldn't be selling tickets on the phone. So I stopped. And then a year went by and people kept messaging me, when's your next event? When's your next event? And I sat down and we said,
Okay.
you know what? Summer coming, let's do one and see how it goes. And I put $1 million dirhams on the table.
Yeah.
So that's the budget. And then we went looking for venues.
Mhm.
And I said, I don't want to cut costs. So I don't want to go to Deira and Barsha, nothing wrong with that, but I want to do the best venue, best location, best everything,
Yes.
best food. And he said, what are you going to sell? I said, nothing. We're just going to sell the tickets, and on goodwill, speakers from all over the world will come. And they came, and we sold out in 4.5 weeks. I lost over 200,000 dirhams on the event. I phoned up a company of mine that I've done lots of work with. I said, do you want to sponsor? They said, yes. I phoned up car showrooms. Do you want to bring your Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Grand Prix cars? Yes. They all came. I paid all the supplies up front because that's what Dariush does. Someone's let us down, we learned. But then if you came to the event, you would never have known it was our first. But honestly, it was a team. We have a lady called Kira. I was not happy with her work. I was thinking of parting ways. She was aware of it. On the day, she became a superstar and ran the show. Alexa, she ran the show. My wife came in and she said, I'll take care of all the speakers. And the speakers had egos, some of them, and they're very difficult to deal with. And everybody stepped up. They loved her and she stepped up. So the whole team just picked up. And I was very, very proud. But the whole idea was that we didn't do it for money. We just did it for love. We just did it to make people's day feel better. And from 8, we had 30 volunteers. They gave us their Saturday for nothing. There was one 14-year-old girl, and there was like 60-year-old lady. They were all dancing on stage. Now, 8 o'clock in the morning, they were dancing. At 7 o'clock in the evening, when we finished, the audience were dancing. The stage was full of audience.
Wow.
From 8 in the morning to 7 in the evening. And then we had the after party.
Yes.
Nobody went.
Yeah.
They stayed till 9 o'clock, the after
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
I was gone. But the population, the tribe, the followers, just the feedback was incredible. Next day we're on TV, on radio.
I saw it.
I'm speaking right now to Chris Fade. He wants to come and speak on our stage. He's got to be not to be an MC, but to speak and share his story, to inspire people, because he's all heart. So what happens is, if you do things from the heart, people feel it in the heart. If you do it from the head, there's no emotional connection. So you got to be real all the time. And what you find is 75% of my followers are women. And the reason they're women, because they like the fact, as a man, I share my vulnerability. Because most men allow egos. So they don't share anything, they act, right? And women are smarter than us, harder working, they stand more pain, they're better soldiers, better thinkers, better leaders, everything. Everything, apart from strength, women are better than us. And they recognize the fact that you might be a man, but you also have pain. Why are you not sharing it? So if more men start sharing the vulnerability, they become more powerful in front of women.
That's true. This event which is coming,
November 16th, the
Yes.
World Trade Center.
when you are back in Dubai, I know that
Yes.
you'll be back.
But the sales start tomorrow,
Yes.
because we can still sell the event online, and the sales pick up. We have already a waiting list.
Yeah, a lot. And what are we expecting on that first?
bigger, better, more renowned speakers, more energy, because we've learned our mistakes. And not that many people knew. For instance, we did food. This time there's not going to be any catering. Yes, we leave it to the caterers. Yes. Because people bought different categories, like the gold, platinum, VIP. VIP being the most expensive. And typical Dubai style, we sold VIP first. We sold out of VIP, then platinum, then gold.
Yeah.
And people in gold didn't pay a lot of money, like $50, right? They wanted food all day, but for $50. So we're not going to do catering. We don't want to upset anyone. It's the edutainment on stage is going to be incredible. I've got some of the top coaches on the planet coming, like Rene Rodriguez.
I know him.
He's coming. His wife Maddie.
I'll be there.
Pardon?
I'll be there.
Fantastic. Rene Rodriguez is coming. Bradley, the real Bradley. He's unbelievable. Bradley taught Grant Cardone sales. He's coming.
Grant Cardone is the eye of many salespeople.
Correct.
So
the billionaire Grant Cardone.
He's a teacher.
Bradley taught Grant Cardone. He was actually did a post today. He said before he taught Grant Cardone, do you know what he used to call him?
No.
Count Cardone. He was called Grant. The nickname was Count Cardone because he couldn't do anything. Brad taught him, and the rest
Now
is
he's there. Yeah, that's
Bradley's coming over. So I've got Chris Fade coming. I've got a guy who I met yesterday. I've known him. I met him on Richard Branson's island, Necker Island. I was there for a week. And I met this guy. He started as a DJ 20 years ago. Opened his recruitment company 2006. Now he's turning over $200 million in his recruitment company. And then 4 years ago decided to open a Brazilian nut factory in Peru. Now he controls 30% of the nut market on the planet. And his goal is to plant 1 million trees in the rainforest to save the earth.
amazing.
And the guy's in his, I think he's just 40. So he's going to be on stage sharing his trials, tribulations. So people think, he's just like me. He's just like me. If he can do it, I can do it.
That is the meaning of the Dream Inspired TV.
So out of 2,500 people, I would like one person to walk out thinking, tomorrow I'm going to do it.
Or today.
That's a success.
Or today.
Or today. Now.
Do you believe on giving? Mostly.
That's what I do all the time.
Okay. And do you believe that when you give, you will receive?
Okay. If you give to receive, you love buying. I don't do that. I give unconditionally. If I don't get back from that person, I monitor it. I go, that's selfish, right? But it doesn't hurt me. But I know the universe, and then the phone rings tomorrow. Somebody wants to do business with me, twice the money that I gave them. So the universe pays you back. Don't expect the other person to pay you back. It's like how many times you go through a door and the other person's coming, you open the door for them and don't say thank you. You go, you're welcome, right? They weren't part of the deal. They were just going to go through. It was your decision to open the door and let them through, and you expected them to say thank you. So you do something expecting something in return. The guy hasn't got a clue. He's thinking about his wife, right? Where she is, what she's doing, who she's breastfeeding. So the thought is that
I regret telling him that.
yeah, well, it's fine. But now at least you know where she is. So many people get into relationships expecting different things, and they get upset because right from the beginning they didn't set boundaries. So if you say to the person, "I want to open the door for you," and in return I expect to say thank you, would that be okay? Because absolutely. You open the door and they say thank you, you go, well, okay, that was the deal. If you open the door, don't say thank you, don't expect them to play by your rules. Yeah, people don't, they have their own rules.
Okay. Dariush, in 5 years, 10 years to come, I know he'll be different Dariush, with different arena. Because I like the arena mostly.
Yes, thank you.
Now I'm going back before. If you ever fought as a gladiator in the real arena, have you ever fought?
Have I? No, also, there's another question coming out here. No, because gladiators stopped fighting 1,500 years ago. What you have is MMA and boxing and stuff like this.
Have you ever been in that
I've been in many fights because I was a very angry person,
Okay.
very angry. And I didn't realize why I was angry. And I was angry because I felt the world has dealt me a bad card. Why did I lose my dad? I mourned his death, but I didn't realize how much I hated him for leaving me. So there was a lot of anger inside, and I had to go through that process. So, at a matter of anything, I will start a fight. In England, 30 times I was in jail for beating people up, starting fights, and then there was a point I decided that, like, I'm in a suit, I'm a businessman, I have children, I shouldn't be here. Better change my way of doing things. Okay? Because just anger led. Did you know that? You didn't know that? Did you know that? Yeah, I was thinking, my poor kids, Ali and Yasmin, who was 29 and 30, they used to hate me taking them to school. Because on the way, there was going to be some traffic incident. I was going to get out and punch somebody's window.
Oh my goodness.
They were nervous wrecks. Honestly, I look back and think, oh God, I thought I was a good dad. But they were shaking all the time. Because I had such thin threshold that anybody crossed it, I'll just go mad. I didn't care about the consequences. But then there are consequences to everything, right? As you get older, you think, well, don't think that.
So those were kind of your fights, but not the real ones.
Well, I was trained karate. Yeah, I got black belt in karate.
Okay,
So I kind of knew how to take care of myself, right?
There we go.
But never paid fights. I was a squash player.
Okay.
A semi-professional squash player. So I used to play squash for the county, and that's where I took my anger out through squash. But then that doesn't. You can. Here's the thing, right? The reason I call it gladiator is because if you think about it, in today's world, the more deals you do, the richer you get, right? The reason Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet because he sells more electric cars than anybody else. He's got more solar panels than anybody else. So he's the richest. The reason Jeff Bezos is second is because he delivers more parcels to people's homes than anybody else. The reason Bill Gates is so rich is because he had a PC on everybody's desk, right? So the more people you serve, the richer you get. Why is Robbie Williams he's the richest singer? Because he sells more tickets. Tom Cruise, he sells more cinema tickets, right? So the more people you serve, the richer you get. And in the gladiator times, the more people you entertained, the closer you got to your freedom. But then the battle was to death every day, right? Somewhere along the way, we don't wake up in the morning thinking, if I don't win this deal, I die. We go, oh, if I don't get this deal, it's okay, I'll dust myself down and tomorrow I'll try again. No big deal, right? So if you have a gladiator mentality and you go to battle and sales meetings every day like your life depended on it, you will be successful, period. Don't go soft.
Okay. Go hard and aggressive.
Like your life depended on it.
Okay. We will have a break.
Go
Because it's him who tell me no or yes.
Keep asking.
Okay.
How long do I'll be quick.
Okay. On your childhood, when you were growing up, mostly, you had a dream that I want to be somebody in my life. Did that dream come or it didn't? Because there's something which I know you planned when you were young, that I need to be this guy.
No, I didn't have that because when I was young, there was no internet.
Okay.
The guy I wanted to be was the guy that my mom used to say, you're shit, he's better than you. So I want to be that guy who passed the exams. Then think you are shit because they're rich and you're not.
Okay.
So I want to be that rich guy. So now with the internet, you can be, I don't know, Drake or something because you can see a superstar. You understand?
Okay.
I want to be like Muhammad Ali. He was my hero. The guy who stood up against racism. He stood up against the war, Vietnam War. Who was the greatest of all time.
Yes.
He was humorous, a poet, a kind man, generous. Yes, he had his flaws, but there was areas that he was my hero. I want to be like him. I want to know him. Okay, but with the internet, we can, because who would have thought I could go 3-4 times a year to Maldives? I didn't know where Maldives were in 1970s.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So, why I think people's goals should change all the time. When you set a long-term goal, you will lose your way. Set short-term goals. Now you achieve, you celebrate, you move on. Your short-term goal, you achieve. And every time in my life, I've set 6 months goals, bar none, I've achieved it. Every single time.
There are people who are watching, a lot of them now, your show, this show. So what I'm asking you, in case you have a time to talk to them, what will you tell them? Most of the people who have been discouraged on their dreams, or they've given up.
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, if you've given up, get a razor blade, cut your wrist. Because if you give up, you die. Right?
Okay, they have already given up.
But they're dead then.
No, they're alive.
They're not alive, because I'll tell you why they're not alive. Because the universe is expanding. The life is moving. Okay? They are alive, breathing, but their souls are dead. Okay? So revive that soul, take action. Pick up the phone. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop being a victim. Be a freaking gladiator. Pick up the phone, call someone, meet someone. Surround yourself with positive people. Think about your dialogue. If it's not serving you, change it. Talk to yourself differently. Celebrate you are. Don't allow that childhood misery to dictate the human being you are now. You know, you deserve better. If you've quit, die. Because you're sucking up my oxygen. You with me?
Yes.
So don't quit. That word quitting shouldn't even exist in your being. Right? Because the rich people, if I lose everything today, and I hope I don't, I will make my money in a year, 6 months, 3 months, because it's my thought process. There's money everywhere. Poor people see scarcity. They worry. They have toxic thoughts, right? And the press manipulates them. Because if you put fear, you go and buy masks. If you put fear, you have the injection done. But if you think of positive abundance, everything's going to work out. Okay? There's money everywhere. There's money coming from every single crack up, every wall. You just choose not to see it.
Okay. You have something to add in our show, I believe. Please.
No, just love. Ultimately, everything is about love. Ultimately, everything is about love. You buy a nice car to be loved by the opposite sex. You wear nice clothes to look in the mirror and love yourself. Ultimately, everything is about love. Okay? So don't be shallow. Yes, look for love. Make sure your cup. The best way of selflessness is to be selfish. So make sure your cup is full of love, health, friends, true friends, and then go and help others.
Thank you very much, Dariush Soudi.
Thank you, sir.
I'm more overwhelmed.
Thank you. How many tickets would you like to buy?
4 to 3.
Why not for all your staff?
I think 2 to 3, 4. One for
What
my
if
wife.
I gave them to your staff for free? They won't appreciate it.
I will take it. You think that I will say
Why do you
no?
have? It's thinking about it.
Yeah, I'll take.
Why would you
I'll
even
take
think
them.
about it?
I'll take them.
Okay, what I will do, if you buy 4 tickets from me, tell me how many your staff are. I'll go and tell them, and I'll charge them 50 dirhams each. There's 1,200. I'll tell you why. I could give it away free.
Okay.
The reason is, if people don't pay, they don't pay attention.
That's it. True.
If they get free, they take it for granted.
Always. Yeah. They take it easily. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
so
you
much
for reaching
your
out. When other people thought I won't be available, you reached out.
And now I can see that you have to push it so that it can happen. Break that wall. Don't look
There's
how
a
hard
lesson.
it is.
Don't listen to others' bullshit and
Yeah.
excuses for not succeeding.
Mhm.
Set your own standards. Go
That's
for it.
That's
It's your life. You come
Mhm.
alone, you die alone.
Mhm.
Right? Make it amazing. Make it wow. Thank you so much.
This is Dream Inspired TV talk show. We were with Dariush Soudi today. All the things that he has already talked, you just listen to them by yourself.
And
Because I
take
cannot
action.
handle.
Take action.
Thank you. Take
Don't
action
just
for
listen.
what he said. Elias Mbeki, Dream Inspired TV show. Dream Inspired, Dream Properties. Good day is our brand.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I honor you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
I'm in a good mood.
Dariush, you're crazy. I swear.
Yes. Welcome to the gladiator party. Let's put this on. Where's your microphone?
It's there.
Where?
It's here.
It's hiding.
Yeah, my wife.
Oh, bloody hell. Right down
It's
there?
Down there. Yeah.
Okay.